So you talk about legacy. Part of legacy is being organized and making things easier for someone else. So make sure all of your important people, you know who they are. You share them with whomever you need to share them with, but also make sure your parents, siblings, best friends, that you know how to access their important people too. Super important that you do that. I'm wondering, did you know that you can impact your legacy? You can prepare to leave your legacy without even having a lawyer. I bet you didn't know that. So I need you to listen to this episode of the Thank Me Later show with me, your host, Jini Thornton, where we help you master your money and transform your life. And the transformation that we're talking about today is 3 very simple things that you can do that is going to significantly impact your legacy, or which you're going to have someone else and your family do that's going to help them impact their legacy. And guess what that's going to do? It's going to make your life easier. So 3 short things, y'all. Well, first of all, before I jump in, listen, y'all know this is my favorite topic. I got my little Black Woman Will hoodie on today. Y'all know, you're like, Jani, you still talking about legacy? Yes, I am. Because I know if I don't say it over and over and over and over again, y'all, it's just not going to resonate or connect. Now, I'm hoping now this is like the 1,000th time I've been talking about this. Now you're ready to take some steps. But what I want you to realize is there's so much that you can do right now that you don't have to have a lawyer to help you. So 3 simple things that I want you to know about. Number 1, organization is key. I could tell you a lot about where someone is financially just based on how organized they are or are not. It tells me everything. So, number 1 thing I need you to do is please make sure your important documents are organized. And what do I mean by important documents? That could be things like social security cards, birth certificates, marriage license, divorce papers, adoption papers, tax returns. The list goes on and on and on. Where is all your stuff? I bet you it's probably like in about 4 or 5 different places, right? Filing cabinet, saved on your laptop, um, under the bed. Some of it's at your mama's house. Like you got stuff everywhere. Please take a minute and organize your important documents. So not only does it make your life easier, but also if something happens to you and you don't even have to pass away, you could just be ill. Someone may need to step in your shoes. Like, where's your stuff? There's nothing more frustrating than looking for things. No one wants to look for your stuff. So this is also important because you are going to be in charge for a loved one, a parent, a grandparent, a sibling. I need to know that you know where their important documents are too. It's super important. So organize yours. Make sure whomever else you're going to be in charge of, that you know where their stuff is. You don't have to know exactly what they have, but you at least know where they keep all their important documents. Okay. Number 2 is important contacts. And I know I've told this story before about when my mom passed away when I was 29. She made sure I knew everybody who was important to her. And not only did I know who they were, but I actually had their contact information. I knew who her realtor was. I knew who her tax preparer was. I knew who her investment advisor was. I knew her key friends from church, at work. I knew who the handyman for the house was. I knew everybody, why they were important, and how to get in contact with them. So think about how much time that saves y'all, right? So you talk about legacy. Part of legacy is being organized and making things easier for someone else. So make sure all of your important people, you know who they are. You share them with whomever you need to share them with, but also make sure your parents, siblings, best friends, that you know how to access their important people too. Super important that you do that. So that's number 2. And then number 3, this is the one that everyone overlooks, is please share your work information. And people are like, why do I need to do that, Janai? For those of us who work in corporate America, who have quote unquote regular jobs, we are not self-employed. Y'all, the keys to the kingdom are at work. Because think about what's happening at work. Obviously, you get paid, right? Income. There may be some final paychecks. All the benefits are there. health insurance, disability insurance, life insurance, all that is there. Okay. So it's really important that you're sharing that information. Who do you report to? Who's your manager? Who's your boss? And who are your key friends at work? Because that will really help your family navigate your employer, because now they'll know, who do they need to talk to. If you want to share more information, sharing like who the contact is in HR or benefits, super important. But there is so much important stuff that's at work. Okay. So again, final paychecks. Maybe there are some unused benefits that someone may be able to get paid out for. All the insurances, all of the things, that's super important. But again, like I said, that's to help you share and protect your legacy. But the people that you are going to have to step up and help in case they become ill or pass away, I need to know that you have their work information too. So again, think about your closest friends, siblings, parents. Can you get in touch with whomever you need to get in touch with? Also, if your loved one is retired, they're getting any sort of pension, you still may need some information about that previous employer. So it's not just for, the young folks who are still at work. But again, if your mother or grandmother worked for the city of Atlanta for 30 years, there still may be some benefits associated with a previous employer. All right. So listen, I'm keeping this short and sweet because guess what I need you to do? I just want you to get to work. Right? I'm not trying to have you do too much. 3 things: important people, important documents, and work information. And what I know for sure, you can manage that list. All right. So I just need you to schedule some intentional time to address those items. And y'all know my famous little tagline here. If you do what I say, I promise you're going to thank me later. So before I wrap this episode up, listen, y'all, we got a Thank Me Later call. Someone from the Thank Me Later community needs a little help. Let's see what their question is today.
Hi, this is Bree from Atlanta. How can I effectively organize my financial documents and important information to ensure my family knows where everything is if something happens to me? Thanks, Jini.
Hey, Bree. Look, thank you for your question. And what I'm going to suggest you do is create a system that is easy for you to set up and maintain. So I'm not going to give you the system I use. So just keep it real simple. So if you are kind of old school paper, nothing wrong with that. Make sure you have an actual filing cabinet or one of those accordion files. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Where you can keep all your documents, all your important documents in one place. It would be wonderful if it were in a safe, fireproof, waterproof, and then just make sure somebody you trust knows where they are and has access to it. So that's easy enough. Now, if you one of these more modern people, everything is digital, you keep all your stuff on your computer or on your laptop, that's also fine. But you may want to create a folder somewhere in the cloud. So if necessary, somebody that you trust can have access to those documents. So I want you to pick whatever system works for you, but please keep it simple. Listen, I've seen the new files, the new accordion files. Listen, they got all these colors and prints and all the things. Do what's easy for you, but please share the information of where someone that you trust can get access to it. Because who cares if you're the only one who knows? So listen, Bree and everyone else, if you organize your documents the way that I'm telling you to, and you tell somebody you trust where they are, I promise you're going to thank me later. You get your work information together and share it, I promise you're going to thank me later. And same thing with your important people. So listen, you are in control of your own legacy. You don't have to hire a lawyer. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars. You can do these three simple things that can have significant impact on your legacy. So commit to the time and the energy and effort to get these things done. So listen, I appreciate y'all listening, engaging, sharing, all the things. We really appreciate it. So please continue to listen to the Thank Me Later show with me, your host, Jini Thornton. And please also engage with us on social media at Jini Thornton, at TML Money. Y'all see me with my Black Woman Will on. Also at Black Woman Will, for all the information that you need, anything legacy related. We have an incredible legacy guide, and you can go to thankmelatermoney.com for that as well. All the resources we absolutely have for you to protect your legacy. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see y'all next episode.